As I've said before, and I say it again, there is no excuse why 40 years after the Equal Pay Act, equal pay is not being paid for equal work in New York State. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, in a study issued in September 2007, women earn 81 cents for every dollar earned by their male counterparts in 2006. Study after study after study after study undeniably and unequivocally establishes this point. In fact, since yesterday, we've located more studies that clearly demonstrate that women and minorities are paid less for equal work. All these studies clearly prove that a gender and minority pay gap has become a fixture throughout the workforce and is so common that many view it as simply business as usual. This wage gap reflects a sex and racial discrimination that pervades our state's economy. One must truly wonder why we need yet another study to outlaw paying women and minorities unequal wages. The losses to women, minorities, and their families due to this wage gap are large and can be devastating, not only financial, but emotional. It is unacceptable in this state or anywhere else for pay inequity to exist. That is why I am proud to be the sponsor of Senate Bill 3936, the Fair Pay Act. Present law has not and does not adequately address the issue of pay equity and the need for state enforcement of a prohibition on such inequities is warranted right now. I have no objection to another study, but frankly, it is redundant and not necessary to prove what we already know, that pay inequity exists in our state. Just speak to your constituents, members of this body, or speak to the persons in the gallery or outside on the street. They will tell you that pay inequity is here and we need to eradicate it now. Under the Fair Pay Act, it will be unlawful practice for an employer to discriminate between employees on the basis of sex, race, and/or national origin by paying employees at the rate less than the rate paid to employees of the opposite sex or a different race or national origin for work in equivalent jobs. The Act also protects employees by prohibiting an employer from taking adverse action against an employee who seeks to protect his or her rights under this law. Critically, the Act also requires employers to establish records that document wages paid to employees and to document and support the methods, systems, and calculations used to establish and adjust wage rates. The continuing pay disparity that exists in our state is due chiefly to the lack of salary information that employers are required to keep. This is a good bill. This is a sound bill. It's a bill that has a same-as bill in the Assembly sponsored by Assemblywoman Susan John, a bill that has passed the Assembly every year since 2002. I am proud to see and to know that my colleagues in the Senate Democratic Conference are here to support my legislation. I wish more members of the Senate Republican Conference were here today to listen and to perhaps maybe join us in supporting a motion to petition this bill. I wish more senators were here than the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 members that have joined me in the conference, and I thank you for at least participating and sitting in. Last week, during session, one Republican senator expressed a sentiment on the floor that when addressing an issue involving a person's pay, He remarked that we should have a, quote, good debate in front of a TV with families of these people and then find out how families feel, close quote. I wholeheartedly agree. We should have a debate on those issues and the issue of pay equity. We started to have one yesterday, that the public in every conceivable medium should have been able to witness. But incredibly, the Senate majority ordered a local news reporter to shut off her video camera while recording the debate I was having with another senator about pay equity. I never thought I would see the day in the Senate chamber or in the Capitol or in this state when Senate Republicans would trample upon the First Amendment. Clearly, I was proven wrong. So now is the opportunity for the Senate Republicans to allow for this debate to go forward, a real debate. So I ask you, join the members of my conference, join the Senate Democrats in taking care of the countless female and minority employees who in this state suffer daily from pay inequity. To all my colleagues, I urge you to vote in favor of my petition, move my bill, the Fair Pay Act, to the floor of this great Senate, and make pay equity in New York State a reality. I thank you, Mr. President.